Vajrakilaya yoga chudosana tashidele.
To everyone here and online, Tashidele.
Good morning, everyone. We'll start in the yellow prayer book, opening prayers, page 1. All Mother, sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All Mother, sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Vajrakilaya Sadhana, page 1. Oh, till the spoken word lineage I pray, primordial kunduzang dorje jang, dayani serugas lechi wang mo, brahmas de dorje druteng sal, Dreme Jinyan Vinde Mer Bliss Queen Shila Manju Shatya Devi King Hands Objects 25 Nanam Jim Shuburong Jom and the clan of Kun. May the fortress of the view be gained, durable treasure lineage I pray, Jogi Wong Jog Bloom Rigs and Godel, Mandar Nes Vajra Sanjeling Ba, Rinjan Balsam unself-liberated, Padma Ling Didur Niden Samling, Dorje Zaratan Jojoling May, meditation's perilous path be crossed, to the Dharma holder venerable, maniacate, glorious, disciples newborn and lang, youthful atsara lang lam jang dor, his four disciples Darcharin Zang, Rok Chal Tir Dagling Chak may the rest, may conduct's life force be seized, I pray, to Kilaya's divine mandala. Vajrasattva embodiment of peaceful and wrathful families display. Dharme Vajra, master of secrets. Vajra Vidarana, cutting through the root of delusive thought and you, deity with whom is complete, all enlightened acts to tame beings, body of compassionate wrath you rise. From the Dharma's praise-pleasing tamer of demons, 100 mood dancer, splendorous great Ruka Vajra youth, mother collogated union of primordial wisdom and basic space, 10 powers, perfections, 10 royal pairs, beast-based ones, gatekeepers, oath-bound ones, mighties and the rest to you I pray. Grant complete victory over Mara, a dark blue weapon, perfected self, arisen Rikpa shines forth in the place of life force as wisdom wrath when the pervasive wisdom killer strikes into open dharma to space. May it sever dualistic thoughts, skandhas, elements, and sense sources. The 3 seeds fill Vajra channels, wheels, unelaborated consciousness is fulfilled as great bliss Vajra when the Kila of boundless compassion strikes the beings of 6 classes. May they seize the lifeline of compassion, the union of wisdom and form signs, meaning symbols generate sparks of terrifying, blazing, wrathful ones. When bodhicitta killer strikes the mother's secret expanse, make clouds of emanation, sublime suns emerge, beings in existence are present. As Vajra falls, yet they grasp at appearances and three poisons when the material killer of signs that never lets go strikes armed doers, may their pain be brought to a final end. Conquered the skandhas, demon karmic body is freed as the deity. Conquered the demon of afflictions, is sealed off with bliss and emptiness. Conquering the death demon, one gains dominion of immortal life. Conquering the demons of man's mane, we gain the spontaneous perfect ground. May the four acts and eight qualities be swiftly accomplished, and specially may the flames of wrathful mantra rites incinerate evil hearts of hindering enemies and obstructors. May glorious Heruka state be gained. Page 12. Oh, Namo and all sentient ones with reverent three doors take refuge in the Guru triple gem. Yedams and victorious Namo and all sentient ones with reverent three doors take refuge in the Guru triple gem. Yedams and victorious Namo and all sentient ones sentient ones by transforming samsara to karma kila's mandala. Arouse for it measurable zalas to pray all sentient ones by transforming samsara to karma kila's mandala. Arouse for it measurable zalas to pray all sentient ones by transforming samsara to karma kila's mandala. Now rise for immeasurable. Page 7. Om Vajraham Rita Kundale Hana Hana Hum Bai Om Svabhajura Sarva Dharma Svabhajura. From the state of emptiness appears a Brahm, from which arises a jeweled vessel. Inside the vessel is an Om, from which appears a Dharma, which transforms into nectar. Om Ahom, Om Ahom, Om Ahom. Om Dewe Dewe Lokapala Sapare Vara Vajra Samanya. Om Dewe Dewe Lokapala Sapare Vara Yedamba Lingta Gaka Gahi Gahi. Om Dewe Dewe Lokapala Sapare Vara Yedamba Lingta Gaka Gahi Gahi. Om Dewe Dewe Lokapala Sapare Vara Yedamba Lingta Gaka Gahi Gahi. Om Dewe Dewe Lokapala Sapare Vara Argam Badam Bushbe Dube Aloke Gande Navitye Sapta Pratisaya So. Gods, Nagas, arm bringers, spirit kings, planetary beings, glorious ghosts, humanoid beings, ghouls, narrators, Zenmos, Menmos, flesh eaters, Devil Gode Zes Goblendi Meons Loga God's Beer Red Zoning this land Custodians who guard the Sangha's well, treasure God's lords of this holy site. Other hosts of God's demons bear southbound Kenyans, spirits accepting this golden libation and Dharma prepared with the purest substances. Ease your minds of harmful, wicked thoughts. Be my virtuous allies at all times, as I strive for great awakening, making effort for sentient one's sake. Please make the conditions favorable in this country's regions and places. Earth protecting ten says earth lord spirits, kings, ministers, and retinues accept this torment of pure substances and this golden drink without being troubled, jealous, or intolerant, as I practice to accomplish my purpose and wishes. Grant me this place of precious treasures, as I'll fulfill your wishes and hopes. Let me gain roots of my action. Page 13. Spontaneous nature, scarless, vast, even the concepts of obstructing and misleading do not exist when it is seen as timeless clarity. The mandala and its boundaries are established freely, naturally, home in the pervasive primordial pure spontaneous open expand concepts of confession and confess self-liberate in their natural state, yet should there be confusion caused by grasping at perceiver and perceived, I confess this ignorance to the host of self-arisen deities of Maya, Pyoramrita, primally self-born, Rakta, redness, liberating the six realms into basic space, great Lord, Mahove, Namna, present in the ground. These three are the inexhaustible si sing elixir zoma hoing hom Vajra Bushbe Dube Haloge Gande Naiwidye Shabda existences, the boundless palace amid a blazing dark blue triangle, the mandala, wherein the eternal grounds and close and expanse of wrathful wisdom flames within the boundless palace made from primordial wisdom's self-projections at its center on lotus and moon and for tangled demon stanza hung a dark blue beaming light gathering it back higher rises unfabricated perfect form great glorious Vajra you dark blue with 3 faces 6 arms and 4 legs spread wide in a hero stands right way white left red central dark blue my grounds adorned with a vibe lays at my heart is the life for seed hung my nice glare fiercely to the 10 directions my gaping mouth show fangs and twisted tongues my 2 right hands hold 9 and vibrant Vajra my left Bay, two arms her right hands holds, a blue lotus and embraces my neck. Her leg gives a skull cup to my lips. In her forehead blue home guardian, yum in her throat's red high griva, pear in her eyes blue yamantaka, pear her navel's yardru dudzi kilwa yum yum. In her navel's dark glowing meal, yum yum. In her secret place blue Drupchen, bear in her right shoulder's white namja, bear in her left shoulder's blue yoga, bear in her right thigh's a big dojal kappa, in her left thigh's amber kamsu kappa, in four directions for supreme sons in 10 spokes, 10 wrathfuls with gone swords and faced emanations, each of these 24 wrathfuls has 3 faces, 6 arms, 4 legs spread wide, and Vajra wings charnel ground adorned, man's wielding weapons marked with their own signs at 4 gates for beast gate keeping guard around the mandalas river, reasons and nations oath-bound attend, dance the assembly Shvanarema, the earth sisters copper iron and conch beings appear, thus the prince of Baldeya, and court are generate, dead in the main deities Sadhana, son of the joint-sized wisdom being, Vajrakilaya in his Sadhana, sun stands a great size Vajra goldware in Hong is encircled by the mum, at their throats and arms around his end, home at their throats and at their hearts, home attend Rakshans Buddha is now gone. For blessing, environmental grounds are done by a Moga city as its sign. Page 71. Om Vajrakilaya Suro Suro Brasuro Haditi Samuk Muk Hala Hala enemies, obstructors and evil spirits, your Chitta Rotten Maraya Hungbe. Om Vajrakilaya Magutala Pratala Satta Raksha Hung, enemies, obstructors and evil spirits, Maraya Hung Ben. Om Vajrakilaya Rakta Jwala Mandala Raksha, enemies and obstructors, Vasam Guru Maraya Hung Ben. Filled with furious compassion for all evil ones, the sublime sun becomes passionately concerned for the beings of the three realms. Oh, I manifest as the great glorious one. In my right palm is a white upon a moon mandala, and in my left palm is a red moon upon a sun mandala. On the 5 fingers of my right hand are moon mandalas the size of lentils, upon which are Om Hung Sva Amha. On the 5 fingers of my left hand are sun mandalas the size of lentils, upon which are Mum Lam Hum Bam Dum. Dissolving into light, the seed syllables transform into the 5 implements. From these, the 5 families instantly appear as the 5 male Buddhas and the 5 consorts. Om Mahashunyata Vanya Sabhavahadma Go Zamaya Ho Zamaya Tvam Vajra Anjali. Rays of bodhicitta light emerging from the union of the male and female deities dissolve the kila into shimmering light, transforming it into a blue hung. Om Vajrakilaya Hung Jam. The Hung transforms into a dark blue wrathful one, with 1 face, 2 arms, and 3 eyes. He holds a kila in his right hand and an iron hook in his left. His lower body is a 3-sided sky iron kila with a savagely sharp tip. Like hot iron drawn from a blacksmith's burning embers, he flashes with sparks of iron. I visualize Humkara at the upper knot, the 8 wrathful ones at the 8-sided shaft, and Mahabala at the lower knot. All 10 wrathful ones are together with their consorts and animal-faced emanations. At the 4 sides of the lower knot are the 4 gatekeepers, and below the water dragon are the 4 king warriors. At the 3 blades are the 12 Kilaya guardians. Every pore of myself in the sublime sun is filled with tiny dark blue wrathful ones the size of barley grains. With mouth wide open and fangs bared, they each have 1 face and 2 arms, and they brandish various weapons. reverberating with the sound of Kilaya. They fill us completely, leaving no gap. Oh, the foreheads of the deities of the threefold mandala are walked with white home, their throats with a red awe, and their throats with a blue home. Oh, terrifying, blazing, wrathful one, intrinsic nature of Buddha's forms, risen from Vajradharma to cause us to rise in this precious form. White light radiates from the syllables at our foreheads and makes delightful offerings to the forms of the victorious ones of the 10 directions. All the compassionate blessings of their enlightened forms are gathered back in the form of home syllables. The light dissolves into our foreheads and causes our bodies to blaze with sublime splendor. Thus we embody all the Buddha's Vajra forms. Om Buddha Kile Kilaya Kaya Vajranan Zola Zola Prajvala Prajvala Sputta Sputta Sarva Nasa Samaye Hong. Oh, terrifying, blazing, wrathful one, intrinsic nature of Buddha's speech, risen from Vajradharma to cause our speech to rise as precious speech. Oh, red light radiates from the all syllables at our throats and makes delightful offerings to the speech of the victorious ones of the 10 directions. All the compassionate blessings of their enlightened speech are gathered back in the form of all syllables. The light dissolves into our throats and causes our speech to blaze with sublime power. Thus we embody all the Buddha's Vajra speech. Om Padma Kile Kilaya Vaka Vajranan Sarva Dushtan Shri Sadhanaye Om Ve. Om terrifying, blazing, wrathful one, intrinsic nature of Buddha's mind, risen from Vajradharma to cause our mind to rise as precious mind. Oh, blue light radiates from the hum syllables at our hearts and makes delightful offerings to the minds of the victorious ones of the 10 directions. All the compassionate blessings of their enlightened minds gather back in the form of hum syllables. Their light dissolves into our hearts and causes our minds to blaze with sublime force. Thus we embody all the Buddha's Vajra mind. Om Vajrakilaya Kilaya Chitta Vajranan Vetale Mantala Magotala Traktala Om Ve. The light emerging from the seed syllable of the 3 mandalas, 3 vajras, pervades the 3 realms of samsara and empowers the life force of sentient beings with primordial wisdom. The 6 afflicted states of beings living in the 6 realms of samsara are purified and transformed into the 6 seeds. Anri Sutre Predo. These 6 seeds then melt into light, transforming into Om. The light then gathers back and dissolves into the three places of the sublime sun and myself. The three realms are thereby brought under our bar. Om Ha Hong, Om Ha Hong, Om Ha Hong. Zabasvare Samaya Jahum Bam Hom. Allow compassion, your skillful means to help and tame beings as they require to complete Buddha's activities. Please grant empowerments and cities here. Whisper on a pig, light rays radiate into the 10 directions from the hung at our heart and touch the victorious ones of the embodiment of the 5 kayas together with their retinues. The mind streams of all those who have gone to bliss are invoked, and they are supplicated to grant empowerment. Thus the essence of their body, speech, mind, qualities, and activities descend like rainfall that possesses the nature, the 5 heroic scenes. With Samharana Hum, they gather at the 5 places on our heads where they dissolve and transform into Om Hom Tram Pri Aw and Mom Lam Mam Bam Dam. These transform into the 5 main karma herukas, appearing as the Buddhas of the 5 families with consorts. The nectar that flows from the point of their union fills up our bodies. We become adorned with the blood-drinking deities and consorts who abide in union at the skull palace of our crowns. And the empowerment of the 5 wisdoms is perfectly fulfilled. Back to page 21. Oh, light rays emanate from our hearts, inviting the wisdom beings. Vajrakilaya sarva samaya jaja avishaya Youth with your thoughts from that sphere, please come here to us. distances, you and me, granted empowerment, this wrathful wisdom, King Vajrakilaya, with your courts, please come here and be stoke your city, please, money, vast all the signs and symbols of success. To free from evil the three realms and break the grip of bright Drupchen symbol and renew. I pay one boy dead all majority bom bradies of offerings mine made and real go emergent and outer and inner and secret I present to the protected self-born deity. Please receive these offerings, none do live without acceptance or rejection. Om Vajra Argam Bhadam Bhajbe Dilbe Haloke Agande Kadwije Shapta Pratika. Crafted from 8 mind and 1,000 branches, great sea, great rock of glacier space, I bird with great dormant swirling ocean of blood, hatred, Rabon, heap these we give to Dorje, Simbo, and is ready new home. King of wrath, great, glorious Vajra, youth, Dharma, sphere, consort, gore, loje, depth and wrathful kings, wisdom and means, formed and wrathful queens from the innate sphere, emanations sent to engage, hands, dagger, headed zassos with wings, bear mandalas for directional guards, slaughterers, Dragila guards, and beings of copper, iron, and gold, all the other oath-bound Gila guards, homage and praise to you and your horse. The times come to fulfill your heart pledge, fulfill direct, destructive action. Glorious, great Vajra, you sons, gods, and Quisling, Golo, Gedabs, expand, sound, and Dina, mantras, melodies like thunder, thus I will break down until the Samaya is fulfilled in the ultimate expanse. rays radiate throughout the 10 directions from the seed syllable and the mantra string at my heart, invoking the 3 roots of Maya from their very hearts. All their blessings of body, speech, and mind descend like rainfall in the form of white red in blue hung, dissolving ceaselessly into my 3 places. Then all the blessings and powers of all the victorious ones, compassionate form of inconceivable Vajrakilaya deities large and small, gently fall and merge with me. The deities of my body mandala, as well as the deities in union residing within my channels, are like the seeds of an open sesame pod. They and all the mandala deities recite the mantra, resounding like a broken beehive.
ro number ziba jamu song the Nage Gijakashi Shui, the Katang Han Korte, when a gong Katang Han Kortaki, the Hal of the Shui or the Fly Sang is a Lag won't tell a Sarwa talk party person. Sarwa she but the Kosavu, the Liso, semi long session, Melong to Shavati, Sarwati. Tapati, the Tapati, but the yellow chicken and mango song. 대답이다 대부분은 요런 거마다 시 차와리 띠바데 되는 대성분은 띠바데 사체버리 띠바데 가리리 나자르테 마치 나자르테 마치더니 도리 종이 삼트분도 왜서 그리고만 탐을봐 인삼데 도리 장도 배 사체버리지 나다다 탐을봐야지 탐을봐 찍자요 말이 대식 기업을 좋아요. 잡죠. 사실 좀 되게 책 나오고 샘지 남은 사지 샘지도 some 상지에 상지에 샘지 이거 봐나 초당처럼 거 제발마도 요 말이 당부 대시지대 갖다 맞아서 대시적이 있어버려야지.
I will engage in a little bit of discussion. So yesterday I talked about the mantra garland. Can everybody hear me? Okay. So today's topic will be about visualizing the deity. So there is the clear appearance of the deity in deity meditation, which is when the deity appears very clearly, like your own face reflected in a mirror, that kind of clarity. Then there is the recollection of the symbolic purity of the deity. And there's much said in the stage of development about this recollection of symbolic purity. For example, it's in the book. And the third aspect of deity meditation is stability. And this is very important. So what is stable? Stable divine pride. Thinking, I am Vajrakumara. Not thinking at all, I am an ordinary being. In fact, there is no ordinariness whatsoever to be found. The Buddha, the transcendent conqueror, said, in fact, all living beings are Buddhas. So the only difference between Buddhas and living beings is flowing water or a block of ice, like I said yesterday.
대사 카요만 카고를 가리 차롬는 것도 차롬 기장 차롬도 장토니 냠도나 라탐지 이시바다지 장토 치보다리 마수 차롬들이 차되지 차롬도 짤짤모당 세베대로 하고서는 라고 세베대로 하고서는 라다 다니 이메요 하고는 대카당디 저도 송거리 라탐 택바다 이시바니 이송거리다 나탐 택바인데 간 차롬을 해야지 이시바 탐지까지 저 차오를 해야지 저 차오는 차오가 이게 차오 차서 삼지가 차오 차서 무슨 차오가 이게 차서 난지가 차오 차서 얘는 도만애들이 짱도 새끼 재미있고 거데 재미있고들이 차오시 고서 그래 오나 난지되면 상내래 차오도 초기래래 하고서 오 땅아 땅 택바디 열니 찍바래지 가당디 야요리 예리다다 예미 동직장소 이 야요리 예리 산지 삼지수 찍바래지 나 단지와가 단 땅에 단데 매발때부터 나사래지 다 추수들이 다나 락가리고로 니 차들이 애들이 단지 베스라 자와 이실 요로래 이실 남시 이실 모고 요리 들이들 이시바들은 라 잡타만 보고 라 이시바 찍봐도 요 말이 남만만 보거나 때리지.
It might feel difficult to actually arouse the sensation of your being Vajrakumara. What is the difficulty? The difficulty is being a block of ice. So the flowing ocean is the singular primordial wisdom of the deities. This is the flowing ocean. And so right now we're a tiny block of ice, but if we're able to recognize the nature of mind, we're able to realize that the selflessness therein and the deity are non-dual. So the deity, in deity meditation, we have the inseparability of the Samaya Sattva and the Jnana Sattva, the wisdom being. So now we are a block of ice due to our self-clinging. And primordial wisdom is like pouring hot water on that block of ice. What is the heat in that hot water? It is loving kindness, the heat of loving kindness. That is what melts the frozen block of ice of self-clinging. So we should meditate on the 4 immeasurable attitudes. This is what allows the ice to melt. When we are free from self-clinging, when we are overwhelmed by self-clinging, we are a block of ice. But when we are inseparable from the Samaya Sattva of the deity, as we said yesterday, the Samaya being of the deity is primordially and inherently inseparable. All primordial wisdoms of the Buddhas are the same in that they come down to freedom from self-clinging. And this is the wisdom of the deity. No matter what deity you practice, the meaning of that deity is freedom from self-clinging. So this is the primordial wisdom of the victorious ones. It is consciousness as primordial wisdom, the Jnana Sattva, the wisdom being of the deity, and that no matter how many deities there are, that are singular in their primordial wisdom.
Divina Tomatini, Sokjasati, Jeremia Sokjasa, Yomari, Kana Sokjava, Samti Sokjagori, Samti the Toa the Hakogori, Bena Samti with the Aredi Bena, Rangi, Basanki Ranga Potan Tunga from round the Rangi, Semtuo, Samti with the tiny Saladon, the Sepucho Chagori. The Ducare Chago the two young Betty, what the Samti is the 이시소 작은 거를 뭐저 트라지리 쏴 봐도 강이 거요래지 쏴기서 상속체비 거요래 버지 그걸 버리 다와야 삼티를 속자고 그래 삼티를 사바체비기나 달사에서 할게 봐 되지 새로 초발되고 그래 초아치고 삼티를 서바 끼고 차거래 대세다 다 쏴가 용디 돼 선합지 봐도 새로 초고 그래 가시리스 함도 요자 용을 말하면 남니 잡아봤나 살 요게 제로 빼대 또 속자서 제삼제죠. 되는 사바체미를 속자고 그래. 이 초와도 하고서 한 번에 되리. 되리. 그래서 하면 막고 막 송서랑 막다 대답게 박차만 거 지나 속다 자유 박차만 거 대답게 다 봤어요. 버들이 고양다양도 지 인가의 양대용도 자태서 이렇게 자도 정말 저거 되게 뭐 정말 뭐시 다뭐 tantam보지 오, 땅아 차고 저서 사는 거네. 이제가 사는 거네. 사다가 있는 나라에서 하고 그래. 근데 누가 그걸 가서 저걸 참자 그래. 야, 아직 배고 말이지. 이게 뭐 맛이 차리. 나는 도저히 좀 셈데 차 타고 나오래지. 만 차로 그래지. 대사모든 저런 가리게 저거 다 도기 쇼를 도지 삼제에 대하고 이렇게 좀 뭐요 해. 대면에 되는 게들 마다니 삼티 사바체미 공부해야지.
What should we really strive in our practice of the generation stage? We shouldn't strive in the development stage. What we should strive in is loving kindness. We should develop a real inspiration and a sense of joy in loving kindness. We can see that when we love someone, we feel happy in our mind. And that when we lack that love, it makes our mind feel sad. And so we can tell that we are like a block of frozen ice when we lack loving kindness. Yeshe Tsogyal asked Guru Rinpoche, From where do the wisdom deities arrive? From where do they come? And the answer is they come from the mind of awakening. So they come from loving kindness, from immeasurable love. We should think about how immeasurable love actually makes our mind happy. So this is the quality of the deity, a kind of mental inspiration, a kind of joy. And it can fully ripen like blessings, like rain. So we should meditate on immeasurable love. This is the blessing of the enlightened form. And then we can think about it when we're repeating the mantra. Usually we have so many habitual imprints in our body and our speech. And these activities of recollecting enlightened form and repeating mantra purify those habitual imprints. So bring to mind the enlightened form of the deity again and again. Repeat the mantra. And for beginners, we can think about how we're like a frozen block of ice, and the wisdom deities are like hot water. So think Vajrakilaya, Vajrakilaya is like hot water, and I'm like a frozen block of ice. And the heat of Vajrakilaya is loving kindness. So loving kindness is what's important. Meditate on immeasurable love. So right now we're in the context of meditating in the stage of development, and we're within the puja of Vajrakilaya. So we should think well about the consecration of the kilaya, of the kila. It's very profound and important. So how does kilaya benefit sentient beings? What is the benefit of the kila practice? What does this consecration talk about? It talks about the 6 afflictive emotions. And these 6 afflictive emotions can be boiled down into self-clinging. So without self-clinging, it is like the blossoming of the petals of a flower. So we should think well about the consecration of the kila. And this goes for the receiving of empowerment, the inscription ritual for the deceased, and this consecration of the kila. All of these rituals have the same meaning, which is to benefit oneself and to benefit others. So really look at the consecration of the kila.
너희 차와드는 나한테 송도 하고는 내가 차와들이 이필로를 송도상 뒤에서는 이필로의 용띠치를 공주 용거요래 양상용도 뽑아지는들이 이필로의 용띠의 나한테 중지서는 이 나중에 설마 가지 샤르라 나한테 자르기 뭐 하고를 대이 모르더니 나오는 마셔들이 홍콩거나 나한테 서로 그래 나한테 처음에 나오는 마다 좀지만 맨날 샘들 박차만 보이거든. 다 따지 보면 코와 토만 미보는 나오냐마자 카바바 이제 팀에 카바바는 요구를 내가 진 마인드 받으래. 다 라장용 공저 로버트 마죠. 온데 너포리 나는 나디 토만 요구. 에테테 하고 그랬더니 하다는 참요. 데티고노서 나다 나 라이는 말이죠. 나다 따라 말이 마삼지 나 자고래. 자고도 쇼고데 당이 라이산랑 좀마 다들이 심삼제 보면 이건 자고 쇼트기도 없이 이들은 사모도 옹들이다 미소야.
Where do the wisdom deities reside? They reside in the Dharmakaya, which is vast as space. This is the view. In the vast sky, they are like rainbows appearing from amassing clouds with rainfall. So all deities emerge from great love. So meditate on the immeasurables, meditate on immeasurable love continually in your mind stream. Think about its qualities. Think about how loving kindness in terms of benefiting living beings. Understand that understand the suffering of living beings. All suffering from living beings comes about from self-clinging, and this is true for the 6 classes of living beings. So it says in the 37 Bodhisattva practices, all suffering emerges from self-clinging. And we can take this to a very subtle and fine level, understanding that the mind of altruism is the antidote. And when we develop the wish to benefit others, this increases our fortitude. So we should again and again contemplate altruism, think about the qualities of the wish to benefit others. Understand that self-clinging is like an enemy to this. And an antidote is to meditate on the syllable hong. This prevents self-clinging from occurring. So based on our body, we have so many habitual imprints. And this has been true since beginningless cyclic existence. It's the clinging to a body, the clinging to a self is like frozen snow falling, reifying our sense of a self. And this is what is meant by adventitious stains. So we have a sense of I, me, and we've had it from the very beginning. So because of this habit, we can think of ourselves as ordinary. We think, well, I'm not a deity, but don't think that way. In fact, meditate on yourself as a deity, have a clear appearance of the deity, merge clarity and appearance of the deity with your repetition of mantra. And now we can take a tea break.
자지. 나 오버. 다자카를 서로 망보 요래 다자카 담고 다자데다 즈마레데 우리한테 말인 우리 파파듯이 쇼트만 동사 같이 요가세 요래 대 말이 우리한테 다자카데다 우리한테 가리 죽거다 롱거 담게 우리래데 죽거다 다단지 그 노가를 좀더 죽고 공수로 요래데 죽거다 다다다 우리한테 즈마니 냠데 용고 요래 들이 다자카는 다지 당은이들이 그자식 책 담아다 하고 요리 라이고동 자총제의 샤들이 이 소소더니 맨날 라마 교신이 담게 무조건 통역권 자총난지 때는 요리 음만매가 자총나머지들이 다부지르지 마다버지는 것을 쓰고 샤도도데 마다버지르지
There are a lot of practitioners who are engaging with this online, and they might feel saddened that they're not able to be here, thinking that they're not really able to participate. But that's not the case at all. Everyone online is truly participating. Just like the Dharmakaya and the Sambhogakaya are genuinely present realms. And the Dharmakaya, though invisible, permeates all 6 classes of beings. So the Dharmakaya pervades the illusory-like world. The illusion and the Dharmakaya are kind of together. So you can say something, but it's an illusory utterance, like a rainbow appearing, like a rainbow-like appearance of a deity. So the spiritual friends, though their form may be apparent, their form is illusory like a rainbow. So there's both pure and impure illusory qualities or illusions.
다번에 가니네 자와 탐지지 라마 탐지 가슈 라가 다자카리 쇼요 별들이 스랍대 치와리 강에 자보고 좋아 자보고 좀 지동이 낭나도 고지 계시 버리 도다지 하고 계시 버리 변해서다 좀 되거든요 주진이 말은 뭐지를 시대도 난 거래 왕담들 라가 아예 빼마시 버스 나도 때 체도 그래 라가 은혜지 쇼요 대사와 강인의 왕당 가축 가리는 탐지 다자카디 스라를 합과 치와래 대라고 써먹다는 이 세물로 자그래 그리고서 퍼바네 쪽에 냉진 가디는 다자카리 야자리 이는 로마 또라지요나 대냠데 디스나데 요래 로마 또라지는 사토를 산초스만 마모 요래 대섭지선 하도 딱다 요래 대로 마음과라더니 나님 뒤까지 냠이지는 다자카는 랑찍고 그냥이지는 평용대 라고 채와리 때랑게 대 초송 대체서라고 있는데
Rumteki Lama Suyina?
산진인바 미치 산진인바 이 땐루까지 난 거라 딱 봐지 거리 그리고 거기서 남 초과통 앞에 서로 초토고 요마가 서로 다자 그는 냠도 초고요 그래서
So you can do yourself a disservice if you're an online participant, kind of questioning or asking yourself if you're really experiencing the real thing. Rather, you should look at your own feeling. Are you having a feeling of the practice? So if you question whether or not you're really in the practice, it doesn't benefit you. So actually, the internet is an incredible vehicle through which we can transmit Dharma. So all throughout the world, Lamas are giving teachings of the sublime Dharma online. And it's beneficial. People don't have to endure difficulties getting to them. And the inner meaning is what is important, not whether or not you're truly present in person. So for example, in Room Tech right now, the Lama Sangye Nyingpa is bestowing the Yeshe Gyamso, the ocean of primordial wisdom, online. And it's truly full of blessings, and he's genuinely bestowing this teaching. So no matter what you are receiving, whether it's an empowerment or a teaching of the sublime Dharma, you can receive it online. Receiving it online is a wonderful way of receiving Dharma teachings. So if you're an online participant and you're here practicing in the Vajrakilaya mandala, whether you're practicing in the day or the night, you're really participating, you're really practicing. So if we have 1,000 students gathered online, it's fantastic, it's wonderful. And then 1,000 students were all together practicing the mind of awakening. So in the future, we should continue to rely on online participation. And even if I'm not here, we can be together through, or if you're not able to be here, through online participation. And it's truly a wonderful blessing.
Wang Japtama Boshunang, Rang Sing, Rang Nelok, Rang Hakona, Wang Tatok, Wang Tamja Totan, the Ton Wang Tama Toki Uzo, Malaribi, somebody, Krasanini, the Songodote, they thought some of the Kasak and Songa Bochina, this was a easy children dory, the number of things Sapo, the drop Fladon dory, Rang do the drop Fladon dory, Karetama go out and he, there's the Hako already.
So I didn't bestow empowerment in person this year, and you all received empowerment online. I'm not able to read textual letters anymore like I used to, and so you received the empowerment online. And some may think erroneously, well, this was just an online thing, it wasn't a real empowerment. You shouldn't think that way at all. The blessing of the empowerment is exactly the same. So Sangye Ningpa says this himself when he's bestowing his online teachings. He's able to teach in a very subtle, very detailed way. So the meaning really comes through online. Milarepa said that the purpose of all empowerment is to recognize mind's nature. So no matter how many empowerments you receive, if you recognize the nature of your own mind, you receive all empowerments. Sangye Ningpa says this as well. So online participation has the potential to truly increase our primordial wisdom. It's a very profound method for cultivating the deity. I want you to understand that.
The one job trap man was your purpose, Namiki, so your great purpose and having any the song, the second, the said Lord, oh, one took one that it. You want the Jonathan whole longer one top, longer what around to this city, some your court to you. They are never see quality in Gogori. Oh, city, some in Chalon, and oh, my Chatawana is. Nga chasawang oh nga sang chok sem do sang pa semi do ni do oh nga ko to pisa re sa rang le chi je le ni ni no do tama ping yo le person nam na se song le ti de ko to rang de bu ne ta de ni tim bo cha ga le ma ko la te ga an rang se ko le.
So there's hundreds of thousands of empowerments into various practices, and we are empowered into the practice of Vajrakilaya. So we'll turn to page 79 of the Sadhana, which is in the portion of the consecration of the Kila, page 79. We're going to be doing the 2 verses in the middle of the page. The light emerging from the seed syllables of the 3 mandalas, 3 vajras, pervades the 3 realms of samsara, and empowers the life force of all sentient beings with primordial wisdom. This is the ultimate empowerment, the empowerment into our own pure awareness, Rigpa. So this is the ability to understand the abiding nature as it is. And then it goes on to say, the 6 afflicted states of beings living in the 6 realms of samsara are purified and transformed into the 6 seeds, An, Ri, Su, Tri, Pre, Du. These 6 seeds then melt into light, transforming into Om Ahom. So this is referring to the sort of status of living beings as a frozen block of ice, and it is Kilaya, or primordial wisdom, that is the hot water of the mind of awakening, bodhicitta, immeasurable loving kindness, that is the true heat which melts this frozen block of ice. So you can look at these 2 verses on page 79 and kind of contemplate it again and again.
대왕 톱나가리 남시대 당어서서 토마근 남시대 이시를 보물이 생기서 소 이시서 왕거지 이시대가 남시대 차고온다고 그래서 이시대는 장토치 못나기리 디코아디 차고 요래 디들이 차고온다고 가라 다 나디기 진 체미바 때문에 답이 저럭도 좀 나지 뭐디 이만데 의출로 쿠출로지 니 잡히는 오가이슈 코 같이 다디디는 다지 뭐 주로 나다 세는들이 포도 상ung 약절 코와서 요래 다지 뭐 잘거디 다다테 다지 말면나 들이 잡서고 차트고 요래 빌라 대연에 소이 시서 왕거디나 이시시 봐야 가리리 잘와 탐지 이시롱도 찍도 둘섬지 상지에는 이시롱을 사지 찍던 사지 독설기니 제발 요만 찍받지 않네 잡아주고 뭐람 그는 뭐 저런 데에 난거리 이체벌 대답이거나 셉지 같이 장만은 셈적만 오면도 대 가지고 하고 그러더라는 세번 내려고 하고 대지 하고 그래 대지들이 다 랑게 시디 랑게 줄 니디면은 세번 니디면은 셈난 파나니 차고리 대 사자시 보면 되겠다 그래 다다주 셈을 가린도 다 셈은 나오도 도도리 nga 보이고 뭐야 아메리카에 고대 대사만 보고 뜸는 정도 말이 생문에서 가리 로도는 들이 잠버리는 카바 사야 동설만 뭐 로적만 오면 대하고 릭동 심진 담지라 셈적만 오면도 대가가 셈적 말에서 하고 나가 셈들이 소소가 나디미 마찬 이 셈지 담지 팽기 오래 상계에 들어가 상디는 다디니 니디인데 상 나오리 다니니 니디 미었어 다지 임덕서 하고 고아거든요 그때 양다양데 다니니 뭐 셈때는 들이 삼바세미 찹 들이 연계 세미 남지들이 좋다오는 차오는 들이 차오는 쉬는 거래 들이 잡도도 차오는 거 저거 자꾸 요래 대기 정말 요래지 내가 소위 시서 광고라더니 다들 대고저도 기침 요래지 이 시대 나시지 제발 하고 그래.
What does it mean to receive empowerment? The ordinary consciousness is empowered into primordial wisdom. The main thrust of empowerment is this primordial wisdom. So our consciousness is constricted as a frozen block of ice, and primordial wisdom is the vast ocean. That's what we should understand. So what is this constricted block of ice? It's self-clinging, and it's immeasurable self-clinging. Thinking, for example, my religious tradition is the best. I think only of myself, my world, myself, only me, and then there's everybody else. This is the setup of cyclic existence. I think only of myself. But when that vanishes, when there is a lack of self-clinging, this becomes the vast ocean. This is the reception of empowerment into primordial wisdom. As it says, all victorious ones are singular in the expanse of primordial wisdom. So there's a singular expanse of primordial wisdom, meaning that all of the complete Buddhas are the same in this expanse. This is what it says in the aspiration for noble conduct. No matter how many sentient beings there are, they all share the same mind, the same mind. So we should understand the abiding nature of mind, our own mind to be primordial wisdom, free from dualistic fixation. When the mind becomes vast like this is Mahamudra. But right now, our minds are not vast. They're very constricted. I think me, myself, I'm a boy, I'm a girl, I'm American, I'm from a different country. But this is just a temporary condition. It's just an adventitious stain. All throughout the world, there's actually only one mind, the mind of all living beings in the 6 classes. Actually, there's only one mind to be found. So if there is status of a sentient beings, then they're overwhelmed by self-clinging. And what is beneficial is to be free from self-clinging, free from a dualistic framework. So we should think about this, think about these 2 lines on page 79 again and again, and think about loving kindness, immeasurable love, and immeasurable compassion. And this is the hot water, immeasurable love and immeasurable compassion are the hot water which melts the frozen block of ice and turns it back into the flowing ocean. This is what is important, that receiving empowerment is receiving empowerment into primordial wisdom. So look at the book and understand the difference between primordial wisdom and consciousness.
gombo zeri zen tatok zeri gombo zeri kareri tata tonda te namsi shirum pona de gombo zeri ha ko gore ramba ge da tama jerem ke luta nu ju ni ga botam de tama zo de nga ge dai de botam de tama zo de sebje bo da tole de sebje bo ta kare nga yin de man de da ta ga do ji jon le de tata de ya nga sana pa cha de 토마메 박차데 강장을 나마상 들이데 플라이다 마송고 플라이가 자르데 나랑네 오 나다도 좀더 나는데 말이 나도리 좀은 나사카리 지네데 좀만 지나 박차출이 좋고요 박차 파스로 그래 대하고서 들라리 나라에 탈톡까지 하고 니디메 bak까지 하고 malaria bagan thong malaria bagan song de pe tap de wo malaria bagan tawa thong ma thong de chuji mang thong chuni thong de jikti ko de chu ta bi ngni thab de ji ka mo de ji ma ta ba le tama ta to ba ni le de ha ko chuji mang de chuni thong so no le.
There's the framework of the 4 nails which bind the life force, and these 4 nails are found in both the old tantric system of the Nyingma and the new tantric system, the Sarma, and they are subsumed within the 4 joys. So the Sarma, the new tantric system, subsumes these points in the 4 joys, but the Nyingma, the old tantric system, though there are the 4 joys, talks about them in terms of the 4 nails which bind the life force. These 4 nails which bind the life force have to do with meditating on the deity, or so visualizing the deity, repeating mantra, meditating, and so forth. But the ultimate nail is the nail of unchanging enlightened intent. So what is this ultimate nail of enlightened intent? It is what we've been talking about, the transformation of consciousness into primordial wisdom. And this is what is gradually understood through the stage of development. So we cleanse our ordinary perception of our body through visualizing it as the deity. We cleanse our fixation on sound through repeating mantra. And then we cleanse the mind by replacing our usual sense of identity with the identity of Vajrayanu. So we usually think I, me, and that has such a thick habitual imprint that we've had since the beginning. So rather than thinking of myself as a me, I replace that identity with identifying with the deity. I am actually the deity. I'm not myself. I am Vajrayanu. I'm Chenrezig. I'm Tara. And while we think this way, we do not place any further habitual imprints. So the ultimate deity is the freedom from dualistic fixation. It's non-duality. So Milarepa has a very easy to understand, pithy way of describing whether or not you see the view by saying, do not look at composite phenomena, look at the truth of reality. So rather than looking or paying attention to the various composite phenomena of this world that are subject to impermanence, rather understand that their nature is empty ultimately.
남가데 예레 요고 예시사데 남가다 토마니니 요리스 탐체 대하고도 세부대로 고서는 타마들이 이제 나와 탐제랑 샘송 샘그들은 콘데이가 샘그지 요래 샘그지도 같이 야치를 뒤지도 하고서 야 다른 거 샘고 찍고 샘 내로 찍고 따라다 내로 찍고 때들이 유무가 탐제 초안 지금을 나그 식토고요. 누구보다 심심만. 얘들이 남시 시도 관 거지. 이시 하고서는 이메가 하고는 들이 남시 말아리베 주지만동 주인동데 고대 주진 삼시 저말이 저막다버레디 타풍낭이래. 들이 주지만 주인도 남시 만동 이시동데 딱 나오는 바는 아무도 없어. 남시 그런 남카나 이래지 남시 마음도 이시 통공지 들이 셉지 마음도 사지 뒤가베 때여기들이 다 셉지 눈에 찍경면도 로르든 저럼도 자문에 셉지 면도 들이 셉지 마음도 사지 통도 그 사지 좀 되게 셉지 너무 사지 이송지 딱딱 동무스니 하고 요래 얘네들이 셉지 담도 소 이시서 왕거지 봐대 랑게 시대 하고 다 하고는 이 셉지 담에 대다 내놈이 대신 뭐 요이 말하던 내가 뭐 대하고는 되게 대다고 실이 뭐 되게 검잡 대다고 검잡으나 들이 습지 망고를 팽이 오래서
Then there's the nail of meditation, which is then there are the nails of meditation, which relate to visualizing the deity and repeating the deity's mantra. So visualizing the deity, the nail of visualizing the deity, has to do with our perception of our form. All sentient beings have habitual imprints in all different places in the world based on having a body. So we have a body and a mind, and no matter where we are throughout the world, which country we're in, there is but one mind, and that mind is either has the presence of a sense of self or it doesn't, or an absence. So is there self-clinging or isn't there? Is there the realization of selflessness or not? So that's what should be apprehended. And then we arise as Vajrajinu. So in the text it says, I arise as Vajrajinu. And a student of mine asked, who is the I that arises as Vajrajinu? And the I that arises as Vajrajinu is the utterly clean, pristine mind. That is what is Vajrajinu, the mind which doesn't have a single conceptual thought, the mind which is primordial wisdom. So this primordial wisdom is inherent in all living beings. It's just whether or not living beings dwell within primordial wisdom or dwell within their consciousness. So the utterly clean, pure, pristine mind is Vajrajinu. And without this pristine mind, then we're in a dualistic framework of self and other, and this is consciousness. So the text says, empowers the life force of all sentient beings with primordial wisdom. So primordial wisdom is the example for primordial wisdom. The metaphor is space. So it's vast as space and described as primordial in that it is inherently present. This is recognizing the abiding nature of mind. That is the real mind. So it is the conscious mind of conceptuality which creates samsara. And there's really but one singular mind. And if we see through to this mind's nature, then we no longer give rise to afflictive emotions. We're able to destroy our afflictions. This is the transformation of consciousness into primordial wisdom. This is understanding non-duality. So this is when consciousness transforms into primordial wisdom. So again, Milarepa said, do not see composite phenomena, see the nature of reality. So composite phenomena are illusory, are nothing but subject to destruction. So rather than seeing that, see the ultimate nature. And then Milarepa goes on to say, do not see consciousness, see primordial wisdom. So consciousness is this I, me. So rather than focusing on that, focus on primordial wisdom, which is inherent in all living beings. Milarepa goes on to say, do not see living beings, rather see Buddhas. So in primordial wisdom, there's actually not a single sentient being to be found. Without this constriction of the frozen block of ice, there are no sentient beings. So do not see sentient beings, see Buddhas. This is a very pure meaning that we should understand. So this is the empowerment, what does it say? The empowers the life force of all sentient beings with primordial wisdom. So we should understand this primordial wisdom. It is the naturally inherent Buddha nature, Tathagata Garbha. And if we meditate on this fundamental nature, it truly benefits many beings.
Teni tewe tata namshi de ishi di para sabno e wotang namshi de ishi so kwang ko na naga ishi ha ko gore namshi ishi di chipar kare le pele chirang shedang chipo de charuna so yero ma da shedang ramen ko te de na shedang de pa me pe sem so wa cha no gore 난 이시는데 세당 매롱도 이시디 이시를 탐도 유무 쪽도 탐도고요. 대막 탐에서 밑에 세당이 될 파상마다 세당 양들랑들이 계좌 쪽바지들이 이상이 아무것도 통코로라 그래. 다른 게 하고도 다른 고토시 매지로 가양 말이 들이 세당에 매송아 사이 매지 통로 가양 지금 말이 저기 말이 같은 동화당에 매지 세당만 그 말이 세당 매롱 따고 조성 다 이시고는 탐지 유문 독대 대라고지 이시를 하고도 있다. 한 이매번 독대를 하고는 이들이 다다 남시래 세무도 남도 초와지 다다 남시래 다다가 남시냐는 거성지 유문과 봐요 뒤시 봐요 거리요 유문과 매가 색성아 덤성아 자로도 은혜 셔성데 땅아 이시래 땅에 있는 팽이라도 대주도 딱 제당 제자만 보면 다음에 뒤들이 남시대 이시 받아야 보여 삼노 동 아니 뒤들이 다 그런 참지하고 남시대 이시 생긴 담지 소 이시서 광고는 알고 이시하고 그래 이시하고는 되니 사자집을 맹디 이시래 뒤들이 다 남상지하고 그래.
So think well about the difference between, or the transformation of consciousness into primordial wisdom. So this is what is meant by this empowers the life force of living beings as primordial wisdom or into primordial wisdom. So what do we mean again by consciousness and primordial wisdom? We can take the example of being angry. So if I'm getting really angry, but I understand that I'm getting angry, the mind will naturally calm down and the mind will become very clear. So this actually is primordial wisdom. When the anger calms down and the mind is very clear, this is the mirror-like primordial wisdom. And this kind of dissolution into primordial wisdom goes for all 6 afflictions. So if I'm really angry and I reify that anger, and I think about the object of my anger and I think that it's real, I'll say, dirty things, and my anger will become inflamed. So rather than doing that, we simply look in on the anger itself, and then the anger becomes a mind of great clarity, mirror-like primordial wisdom. And this kind of dissolution of afflictions is true for all 6 afflictive emotions. Then we settle into non-duality, a state where there really is no duality. So the consciousness is a self. It's the thought of me. It's the afflictive emotions that occur. But if we have carefulness, heedfulness, we're able to recognize afflictions as they arise, and this allows the constriction of the block of ice to melt into primordial wisdom. That's what is beneficial. So look at this for yourself, investigate it for yourself. You don't have to talk a lot about it. Just think well, investigate about it for yourself. So I'm going to stop here. So think about the empowerment of the life force of living beings as primordial wisdom. This primordial wisdom is Mahamudra. So I'm going to stop here for today.
From the mantra garland light rays and a second garland issue forth, passing from my mouth into the mouth of the consort. The self-resounding mantra proclaimed by the inconceivable dhakas and dakinis in the consort's 4 chakras arouses the mind stream. From the consort's secret place the mantra garland enters my vajra. and the deities residing within my channels proclaim the sound of the mantra. I visualize the mantra garland dissolving ceaselessly into my heart. Om Vajrakilaya Hum Bam Hoga Damgaye Jaye Vijay Ajiteya Parasite Marasena Parmadanaye Sarva Bignem Bam Hum Bhe. Om Vajrakilaya Hum Bam Hoga Damgaye Jaye Vijay Ajiteya Parasite Marasena Parmadanaye Sarva Bignem Bam Hum Bhe. Om Vajrakilaya Hum Bam Ho Kadam Gaye Jaye Vijay Ajiteya Parasite Marasena Parmadanaye Sarva Bignem Bam Hum Bhe. Om Vajrakilaya Hum Bam Ho Kadam Gaye Vijay Ajiteya Parasite Marasena Parmadanaye Sarva Bignem Bam Hum Bhe. Om Vajrakilaya Hum Bam Ho Kadam Gaye Jaye Vijay Ajiteya Parasite Marasena Parmadanaye Sarva Bignem Bam Hum Bhe. Om a I o re le e o a ka nga ja nya ta na pa ma yara lawa shasa haksa swaha. Om a I o re le e o a ka nga cha nya ta na pa ma yara lawa shasa haksa swaha. Om a I o re le e o a ka nga cha nya ta na pa ma yara lawa shasa haksa swaha. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manabalaya Vajrasattva Trenapa Tisradridam Hebava Sutotayom Hebava Supotayom Hebava Anuraktam Hebava Sarva Siddhi Mitrayacha Sarva Karma Sutsame Sitsam Shriya Kurohum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sarva Dada Gada Vajri Mame Muncha Vajri Bhava Mahazamaye Sadvaha. Om Vajra Sattva Samaya Manubalaya Vajra Sattva Trenapa Disadrita Mebhava Supokayo Mebhava Supokayo Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Mibrayacha Sarva Karma Suchame Sitsam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sarva Dada Gata Vajra Mame Muncha Vajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha. Om Vajra Sattva Samaya Manubalaya Vajra Sattva Trenapa Disadrita Mebhava Sutokayo Mebhava Supokayo Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Sarva Siddhi Mibrayacha Sarva Karma Sutsame Sitsam Shriyam Guruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sarva Dada Gata Vajra Mame Muncha Vajre Bhava Mahasamaya Sattva. Om He Dharma Heta Prabhava Heta Tesham Tathagata Hayavate Tesham Chayo Nirodha Hevamade Maharshvamanaya Soha Om He Dharma Heta Prabhava Heta Tesham Tathagata Hayavate Tesham Chayo Nirodha Hevamade Maharshvamanaya Soha Om Ye Dharma Hita Prabhava Hita Tesham Tathagata Hayavate Tesham Jayo Naroda Evam Vade Maharshvamanaya Soham Glorious Great Vajrakilaya and divine God, please come here. I make outer inner secret offerings. I praise your body, speech, mind, qualities, activities. I confess transgressions, heedlessness, and confusion was marked broken. Lovingly consider me with compassion and please grant all accomplishments to me. Page 36, bringing down blessings. Oh, Guru's knowledge holders, deities, dakinis, and oath-bound ones, gathered like clouds in the sky. Through the power of your pasamaya, please consider us with love and shower down great blessings upon this mandala and us yogis. manifest existence. Sess1 Vajrakilaya Vajrayun. You and your mandala with great compassion unbiased unobscured with timely Vajra Samaya. Please send down great blessings and great waves of compassionate activities upon this unserved sacred mandala of accomplishment. Please send down great light and this speech mind blessings. Grand supreme one wisdom time has come to grant empowerment and send down blessing from the sea. Great Spirit of Vajrakilaya victorious. Vajra Lord with thy bless you his answer by the empowerment. Deity who single oath is to give unwavering protection bestow. Blessings of all vigor on us, please. Gurudeva God. Vajrakilaya sarva vighna vam humbe. Om Vajrakilaya sarva vighna vam humbe. Om Vajrakilaya sarva vignan 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 vam humbe. Vignan vam humbe. Om Vajrakilaya sarva vignan vam humbe. Om Vajrakilaya sarva vignan vam humbe. Om Vajrakilaya sarva vignan vam humbe. Om
Just a moment for announcements. Thank you. All right, folks.